Our first question today comes to us from a listener in Davistown, Pennsylvania. He writes, "You once made reference to a new creation theory, yet you seem to teach the gap theory in your study in Genesis. Could you please discuss this new theory?"
Well, let me say that down in San Diego, there is a college. It's called Heritage Christian College. I had the privilege of bringing the graduation message to the young people there, and quite a few of those young people gave testimonies, and they said why they came to Heritage College. And practically every one of them that gave a testimony said that they came to Heritage College because of the new, it's not really new creation, I think you could call it the early creation theory that they teach down there, and that they were delighted with what they'd gotten. I am not in possession of this new theory and all of its details, but I do know this, that this school is headed up by some outstanding men, and there are several outstanding men in science down there that have taken on in debate anyone that would debate with them who wanted to defend evolution against their theory. And they've never lost a debate, by the way. It's been amazing. It's got so now I don't think anybody will debate them. But the thing is that this new creation or early creation is that this earth actually on which we live is not millions and millions of years old, but that it is probably 15,000. I've heard several dates given, anywhere from 10,000 to 20,000 years, but that actually this earth hasn't been around as long as you think that it has. And they have good evidence, scientific evidence, that support that. Now, as far as I'm personally concerned, I would accept that because I feel like that it is the full answer to the evolutionists. Now, in the gap theory, which I teach in Genesis when we begin our 5-year program, you see, I was brought up to contend against the evolutionary theory. And I will grant them certain things that are actually not facts. And one is that the earth may be millions and millions of years old. And my argument, of course, is that God, has eternity back of him as well as eternity ahead of him. And what's he been doing all in the back of billions and billions of years ago? The psalmist says, from everlasting to everlasting, thou art God. And that everlasting in the past, it means from the vanishing point in the past to the vanishing point in the future, thou art God. And so there's plenty of room for millions of years if you need them. You feel like that you have to have them. But there's one thing that you have to come to, that there came a time when God created this earth, and he created it out of nothing. I've been greatly interested in Dr. Adler at Columbia University. His theory and his answer to the atheist is, what is the origin of this universe? Well, it was created by God. How else would you explain it? And his argument is, all these things you see around you right now, just look around you. What was here when there was nothing? How did the whole thing get started? You have to start with something. It's very easily in evolution to go back billions of years to a ooze and take out of that a little amoeba, a little old bitty thing, take that out and start with that. That's pretty easy to do, But you got to have that ooze. Somebody had to make the ooze, and somebody had to make the little amoeba, and somebody had to start this thing going. And the interesting thing is, evolution never did discuss or explain or deal with the origin of things. You see, it's easy to talk about creation of things and how things evolve. It's another thing to talk about how the thing got started, and that's where we would like for them to deal, therefore. So this new theory, it's a very attractive explanation